Ancient is where we find ourselves, our third deciding map between these two teams, each taking their map pick, but it took overtime. So expect an absolute battle on Ancient.
Quite from being well. Oh, like, it's by Regon. Oh my goodness me. Eviscerates Soulfly, and suddenly Corey's under pressure, deals with that mid lurk. Bomb has just gone down, and Sangal, they're already rotated very quickly over.
Look at these aggressive setups from Bad News Eagles, though. Two players sitting next to each other. The flash over the top, dodged by one. And there's GXX and Synopsy with one apiece. The hit, it is completely faulted. GXX and Synopsy, two more to the tally as Bad News Eagles get the pistol.
What a pistol it was as well. I really like that play from Regon. As soon as they get that control out towards long, they just hold and lock it off. Makes it so difficult for Sangal just to get an inch back into the bomb site. And now suddenly they're going to force back in. Of course they are. Going to give this one their best efforts. It's the Deagles and an MP9.
MP9 getting up close, trying to take the fight early, and it comes out ahead with a kill. Flash throw removed immediately, and AK, or Galil even, upgraded to the MP9 thrown back. So they'll be happy with that initial engagement. Not only do they come out ahead with a gun, a kill, but they also get the ground.
Yeah, really nice. That means the BNE need to retake middle now. Utility being juggled over. Smoke for Donut. Regon to take point here. In fact, no, I'm completely wrong. It's deep CT. That's pretty cool.
Okay. I like it. Scrambling the rotations to and towards Red House, and they're actually... Skrunk makes his way over towards A itself to reinforce it. And look at the T's moving as a unit all the way through Red House. It is being held for. Smoke comes through. It's going to block off Soulfly's vision, but not until he gets a kill. A nice deagle shot rains through. Scenari cleaning a pathway through CT. But there's still two players on site, and Corey is close here with the Galil. Takes down Synopsy and drops the bomb.
Yeah, GXX has got a very tough task on his hands because as he's trying to go through the smoke fade, he can't even deal with that MP9. Starts the round, now looks to close it. Scenario, a mammoth task on his hands, cannot connect, and there's no aim punch because there's Kevlar behind the reinvestment. Sangal, what a way to answer back on the server.
And it all starts that fantastic pushing towards mid, right? They have that smoke that plumes deep, so the support can't be there. And then just charging through with the MP9, a flash over top, gets that opening kill, throw the MP9 back, pick up a Galil, and then you've got yourself set up for success. Soulfly, also a hugely impactful kill as they push through. That slowed down that entire pincer onto the A site. Well, it's not going to be slow here in mid. Synopsy charged on into Corey's arms, and he was the only one there. The rest of Bad News Eagles are looking at B.
Oh, tickled by the molly on the way in. Deep flashes. Trying to keep Skrunk and Soulfly at bay, but no, the spray is absolutely perfect. They're just this scenario alone in another one of these impossible clutch scenarios.
Yeah, this one's more impossible than many. Has armor at least, so that's something. Soulfly gonna spot him out. Snary's position with that bomb on his back, fully noticed. Now looking to finish him off is Skrunk, but a nice tap from the Tech 9 gets him a kill. Not even going to pick up the rifle yet, readjusting to see if anyone's on that flank. Should just be a matter of time, and there it is. Soulfly, 4 kills in the round, 3 of those coming from that incredible spray down that completely nullified that fast B hit.
Yeah, really nice. The fact as well that they only come away with that one casualty. The economy is so important to build up, and it is already being established. Something that you can't really say or take for granted here on the server, because both of these teams will just keep forcing back. The game is just going to go as close as it can be. However, with Bad News Eagles just having their economic woes, it's just going to be the P250s. So it should be, for all intents and purposes, a very comfortable Sangal third.
Should indeed be. Bit of damage being done with utility. He'll be falling back to a nice passive angle. Span News Eagles, they are going to make their way out onto AQB Sport as he moves on up and actually gets taken down by the Glock. So at the very least, they should get the bomb planted, although, okay, this has gotten a bit weird. Corey spotted planted walking on through. He's going to commit to that kill despite him jumping up in the air.
Wait, how did you get there?
So what? That's wild. So GXX drops the bomb and continued to push on through, catches off Fuzi, gets himself an upgraded rifle, and removes another player. Scrunk rotating, doesn't spot him. And look at the positioning from Scenari. They are somehow, with just Glocks, been able to... Oh my god, the timing again! GXX, he might just catch off Soulfly here. And that would be everything, but no, Soulfly spots him first. If GXX gets that kill, the round is Bad News Eagles, but now it becomes a little bit more tricky.
30 seconds. No armor, but Soulfly is low. Hasn't conceded control of the bomb. So Scenari can swing in. Spots out one, grabs it, and tries to isolate these angles. 15 seconds. There's no time for him to plant the bomb now. And I don't really have words to describe that round at all, to be honest. That was one of the rounds of all time.
Yeah, that was certainly a round of Counter-Strike. 5 Glocks go into that round, and an M4 emerges and 3 Sangal players in the grave. So, that's a good round. It's GXX, the way he played that was fantastic.
Yeah.
He gets that entry kill, and then rather than just going for the bomb plant, playing it like by the book as you'd expect, he runs into Temple, drops the bomb in Temple, and then continues to loop around and then catches another player in the back with the Glock. Fantastic round, but unfortunately, the timing eludes him at the very end.
It completely makes what I was saying about Sangal keeping all their players alive in the previous completely redundant. I can't believe that. What a round from BNE. Now well equipped. Try and deal with Fuzi, but no. Very close angle. Gets rid of Regon. Early opener for the defense.
Smoke cleans in Synopsy's face, so no chance to get anything back. Soulfly, that's a fun little flash, but the one there on the other side, just spamming on through. There's one flat true. Fuzi peering with this 8OP, looking to find another frag. There is a player here. GXX considering peering on, but he's going to start to fall back and regroup with his teammates. That bomb hasn't budged from B.
Synopsy's made a little bit of ground in towards middle, but it is being held by Corey and Donut. Just locking off that line. It's an invisible one. If Bad News Eagles cross it, they're in for a rude awakening. 35 seconds, resetting over towards B. Fuzi with the AWPs rotated over as well to reinforce.
3 players here. 4 from the T's. Smoke's come through. Fuzi's vision going to be blocked off. Has a HE ready for when that bomb comes through. Scenari does take a bit of damage on one. That's the follow-up utility. Soulfly gets tucked on in here. He's spotted on the swing. Isn't able to connect the shots. Scenari punching in the bullets. JXX, he's going to plant. Synopsy gets one as well. So they end up evening things back out. Fuzi not able to respond yet. He's slowly creeping around. He's being held for. Doesn't matter. Still hits the shot. And now, with the flank coming from Corey, it's looking a lot better for Sangal.
Yeah, he's clearing out ramp as well, so they know that these players have to be towards site and cave. Creeping forward. Scenari's going to get caught straight in the back lines. Not ready for Corey. It's all onto Juan Flatro. Just been smoked out of the fight. Corey even wins it out anyway. What a retake from Sangal. They stand their ground and they just fight. They're not scared of Bad News Eagles tucking or being shy from the engagements, and are able just to win another round back. It's been flawless since the pistol.
Yeah, it's another one of these situations where Bad News Eagles are able to still find an opportunity there, right? Like, they had the player disadvantage going into the site take. They actually managed to get the bomb down, and they find 2 entries, only losing 1 player. It's a 3v3 at that point, but Sangal were patient. Fuzi just slowly edges forward with the AWP, clearing a bit of information, gets that kill, and then they wait for that flank to come through. And at that point, it's very uncomfortable for the T's. So a well-executed retake from Sangal. And a good attempt for Bad News Eagles, but unfortunately not able to get out of sight. And that's so important on the B site, because if you're just stuck there in towards cave and around the pillar, it's very difficult to fight your way out.
Yeah, didn't anticipate the flank either. We'll definitely have to consider it going forward. Quicker play again for Bad News Eagles just on the pistols. I shouldn't just say just. They do make crazy things happen when they are equipped with them. Deep smokes and flashes keeps the mid players busy. It's actually the spam for Soulfly to do the initial point of contact.
This position from Corey is absolutely deadly. He throws a HE down. It actually surprisingly doesn't do as much damage as I thought. He can now come through the back lines and just chew them up if his teammates don't do all the work for him. Gonna run into the site now. GXX does get one. So that's something. He even picks up an M4 for his troubles. That bomb can get planted. That's a 4v4 retake, but it's not a good weaponry for Bad News Eagles.
No, but that's a critical kill. Corey falls in the back lines, and look at this push from Flatro. He's tucked in towards this smoke. Fuzi will find one. It all hinges on this gunfight, really, but actually, he's going to reset close in towards short, and he finds Strunk. Turns back around with the Kyubi. It's just Fuzi left. He's got the wrong weapon for the job, and guess what? He can't even save Synopsy through the wall.
Now that was an unbelievable side hold from Bad News Eagles once they got that bomb down. What a post plant. GXX going looking, finding one of the rotators, give a rifle over to his teammate, but really the hero of the show is one Flatro. Incredible with the Tech 9. Close combat there. The lack of head armor on the CT side. That single bullet to the head does the job onto two. And then, I mean, an absolute slammer of a pistol shot at the very end with the deagle from his teammate to deny the AWP being saved over as well. Despite having 4 rounds in a row, the fact that they've been close, including against the Glocks, means that Sangal don't have that much to work with here. 2 MP9s, and look at Soulfly. He's getting up close with it. Wants to try and catch them off guard, playing around it, and it pans out. 2 huge kills for Soulfly.
That's perfect as well, because the entirety of Sangal have not shuffled off the positioning. Because of the advancement, Kyubi stands alive in the fire and the flames, removes Regon. 5 versus 1 for Synopsy. And he's just being peppered down as well. Every which angle, he is completely trapped. And after getting bodied by pistols, Sangal win a rifle round flawlessly.
Yeah, complete reverse card there for Sangal. A fantastic round, and that comes from just changing things up, going for that aggressive play. And it was Skrunk and Soulfly, actually, both got a kill there with the MP9s. They got down very close behind those smokes. They were just playing around, playing off each other on ramp. Completely catch Bad News Eagles off guard. And that was just the 2 players that were trying to sell the fake over there while the real hit came towards A. When both of them fell, that was it. Now, in this round, at least there's a full buy coming through. Smoke Corey with the fight spots off Rigon 2, spamming through the M4 with so many bullets. And QB finds GXX as well. Synopsy, your death awaits you if you walk into that smoke. Think better of it.
Scenario's looking for a rifle. Fun fact, he actually misbought, I think. There was a P90 that he dropped in spawn.
P90s are never a miss by Brandon.
Well, he dropped it and just went with the P250, so I think it was.
It's just, it's a threat. Send that one through, they watch the demo back and they're like, damn, he went with just the P250. Fear in the name.
Alpha move.
Yeah, exactly. Well, on the topic of alphas, Snary and Synopsy have to pull off an alpha play here. Smoke through to enable the cross. Flash over the top. Synopsy makes his way through into the B bomb site. He's able to actually get this bomb down. Good nade, does a bit of damage, but there's maybe a chance here. Soulfly wants to try and deny it. Synopsy's crossed on over and they need to take the fight. They're looking for them, but everybody falls. Soulfly gets both, and the heroics are denied.
Perfect controlling towards middle. Really nice from both Corey and Soulfly just to secure those kills, but all this controlling towards middle is just allowing these rotations to come in, and it's really suffocating BNE. because it means they just have to pop out for an extremity. We saw how effective they were being on Mirage on their T side because they had the extra element of splitting onto a bomb site. They can't really do that here with all this mid control not being established early on, or even in the mid rounds. And as a result, Sangal are completely overwhelming, and that's been an instrument to their success.
Soulfly looking like he wants to take another fight. A flash through, doesn't spot anything. Decides to fall back. He's been having a good start here on Ancient, a map that is probably his strongest, really, from what we've seen of Sangal before. Latro does take control. The spam damage comes through. Soulfly as well, actually. Left a little wounded after the smoke spray. They are getting ground. Little in response yet from Sangal, but perhaps a push towards Rab is the answer.
This could be everything. Flashes through, so intentions made clear. Scrunk finds Scenery, and BNE, they never shy away from a fight. Meanwhile, Kyuubi's got a little bit of a gap in this smoke to deal with this flanking player of Regon. GXX just jumped over the sightline of Corey. Corey just keeps on going back. One Flatro's there to trade, but there's another player in Donut.
I like decision to go for the swing. Corey's still in here, as you mentioned. The bomb's actually going back towards B. They've kept one defender over here, and Regon's going to catch them completely blindsided. A good adjustment from Soulfly at least, but look at the health. Flatro has Corey tucked on in. They know he is here, which means the Synopsy is all alone on B. And Flatro, well, gets that kill. Looking for one more, but Synopsy, a huge headshot. Soulfly now, 1 versus 2, with the AWP in his hand. And oh, a nice wall bang. He's just not able to connect the kill. Repositioning, has a kit, but needs to find both. The clock is ticking on down. His time, it feels numbered. With no kill presenting, gonna try and get away with his life and the AWP.
That was a really nice mid-round from BNE. Firstly, you've got Regon pushing through Temple, hitting the insane timing, but that's just accommodated by the fact that Juan Flatro is hitting mid alongside GXX, locking in those Donut players, keeping their attention completely distracted. Slowly, the pieces of the puzzle are slotting together for BNE. One more round back. But how many more can they find on this first half of play? 6 would be a pretty good number. Anything less, it feels like Sangal will be in more of a control.
Looking to break the economy here, though. Synopsy looking to go for the fight early. He's brought down low, and then Corey is able to remove him. Flatro, though, gets the response back onto Soulfly. A big kill to be taken down. Fuzi holding with the AWP, though, and Flatro is just not ready for it. Good spam on through onto Scenery as well. Means that he is now wounded. Regon walking through mid, just trying to find something in response, and well, is able to get a bit of ground, pushed on through towards Donut as that bomb comes on over, and they're going to be making their way towards A.
They have to be aware that Regon can be here. But no, he catches off Kyuubi, and now Corey's stuck between a rock and a hard place, but they don't account for him behind the box. 2 quick kills, drops the bomb. It's all onto Regon, and he does find that trade, but Fuzi on the cross hits the jumping shot.
Another one of these rounds where you feel like maybe Bad News Eagles can find the way to work with that disadvantage and make it happen. They catch off that one player on the side as he pushes through Donut, but then Corey, I mean, just what a round from Corey. Getting that double kill does everything. Regon gets one back in response. The rotations are already there at that stage. And that was a big round for both of these teams. Would have reset either, and this time it's Bad News Eagles are the ones that ends up with just these pistols. Flatcher ends up with the Hero AK at the very least, so something to be working with. It's not a lot around it.
One of these rounds that BNE won was that Tech 9 play coming in. So now they've got an AK to help things out. Aggressive flashbangs from Sangal. They've got not much utility behind this. And BNE, they're going to throw caution to the wind, being caught out by the flashbangs in tandem. Teammates and Sangal's Scrunk. This time the crossfire holds ever so strong.
Now Fletcher with the hero AK has to make it work. He's gotten 1 kill and knows where another player is. Spotted out. Ooh, a good kill onto Corey as he sprays through the smoke and adjusts for the second as well. But now with 2 HP, he has to find just as many kills. Doesn't even want to go for the reload. 2 bullets, taps one on in. Now he can reload. And he's picked up the bomb. A minute on the clock. He has time to work with here. Playing with his rotation, Fuzi peers on through and spots nothing. Fletcher now walks on up. Fuzi just jump peeking the angle. And Fletcher, he could exploit this. Spots him out, but Fuzi spots him first.
It's not enough HP. It's so scary. Any one of these players on the server can have a hero moment. That's what it feels like. And that's why this game is still going. The Sangal are currently pulling ahead. It's a bit more by the book. It's more of what we expect from Ancient. Although the pros have figured out the meta and the T side really been refining it, it's often been a lot of close encounters. 8 rounds already. See Sangal winning out the half. How many can they extend this lead by? Is the next question on everyone's lips. With one Flatro taking point towards Cave, he doesn't actually challenge it because they want this control of mid.
Soulfly is hearing all of this though, so should be ready for Fletcher to walk on through, but Fletcher ducks under the crosshair. A big kill to find, jiggles the angle in case that AWP is there, but it's just Scrunk with an MP9. That's a huge opener to find as well. Top fragger for Sangal removed early. Corey is over here. Skrunk's doing with that MP9. He picks it back up. Fuzi, AWP, scoped in, crawling on through. Looking like he wants to peer in towards mid. Snopsy is here out in the open, so if he peers over this... Ooh, might have spotted him there. That's going to be his signal to move to B.
Yeah, but in actual fact, Synopsy is just chilling in mid. And now you've got Regon as well. As so potent as he is with these lurks, they're going to redirect. They've pulled all of these rotations. No one's here at A. Close is Kyubi in towards Red Room. But now his position is going to be completely encapsulated because look at all of these players. It's a free bomb site.
The rotations come through, but it's being helpful by Flasher, and there's also GXX in towards Red House. He swings out to remove Corey. Everyone falls except Kyubi, who was tucked in the back the whole time. Gets that 1 kill, but Scenari's there with the immediate trade. A well-orchestrated T round from Bad News Eagles. They play with the rotations. All that pressure over to B early, and then as soon as that scope comes through, they hear them on B. They just accelerate back towards A, and Kyubi, he was halfway rotated off.
And they're allowed to do that because they've got control in towards middle, which they've been focusing their efforts a lot more on as well. Which does 2 things. Firstly, anchors Sangal, makes them doubt, and also allows them to even split on bomb sites in the first place. Allow these opportunities in the mid-round to reposition. And it is really well worked. Look at these nades. Corey gets completely spammed out.
Fletcher, he's already on the B bomb site, just walking on in, waltzing in, taking it for his own. Tucks in towards the pocket, and now he can just post on up. Skrunk's gonna walk out and not spot him. Though Fuzi spots him for half a second. Fletcher, that's all he gets to see as it's lights out. Soulfly's now catching opportunity as well. Rigon falls. That opener now long in the rearview mirror as Sangal respond with 2 big kills.
They have rotated away from B, and look at where the bomb is. Even though the kills are coming on this side of the map, Bad News Eagles just want to keep pressing the issue, expecting Sangal to try and rotate over to put all their players in the right position. But it's not, and now they need to scramble. Fuzi on the AK can at least come in just before this bomb is planted.
Look at Synopsy there, he's walking all the way up. Fuzi caught off guard, the adjustment is there. Soulfly's been tucked in the whole time. The timing was almost there to swing out and get both. But GXX is quick. And Synopsy is as well. Scrunk caught out. Kyubi, nothing he can do. Looked like there was an opportunities there a couple of times for Sangal to make that happen. Those opportunities are thrown straight into the dumpster.
It's a really good mid-round call from Bad News Eagles just to go back into the B bomb site after those kills were initially found by Sangal over there. Nets them round number 5. Previously mentioned 6 would be very good for them, and really good chance to do so here with everyone from Sangal limited to pistols and limited to donut.
Yeah.
This is cool.
Okay. Stamping all over the ancient pottery. Well done. That'll get you kicked out of the museum. Maybe running around with guns probably gets you kicked out as well. They've probably violated a few rules at this excavation museum site, to be fair. That's probably the least of their concerns. They're hearing everything. And they're heading
That's nice.
the right way. But,
Oh.
Okay, GXX, he's ready for it. He gets to practice a few of his flicks here. There you go, 3 of them land, and he's looking like he's going to get his 4th right there. Oh, okay, maybe not. Fuzi, now he gets to pick up the AWP, but only for half a second, as Flatshow is there to remove him.
What a really nice recovery by this T side. The tail end of this first half. Sangal again just went on a streak. But the momentum has flipped yet again. Full rifles back in the fight now for Sangal at the very least. Let's take control of middle once again. They're going to beat all the utility. But for BNE, they don't want to press the issue just at the moment. They're happy to concede the control for now. And then it looks like they might retake in the future.
Look at all the control now, though, that they can take. And if they want to push through, nobody is holding for them in towards T. Everyone from Bad News Eagles has barely left spawn at this point. But they're not going to push the issue, just going to smoke it off. And that's still going to keep CTs committed over towards B. All the utility comes through and towards mid. As Bad News Eagles get ready for a split. Bomb is ready in A-holes. Kyubi under pressure. Has Fuzi in towards Donut as well. 3 players about to walk into his crosshair. Gets the first, can't quite get the second, but Kyubi has gotten both, and he's dropped the bomb. Rotations now come over. Corey gets one before he's traded up, but Flatshow, another clutch he has to come up with. 1 versus 3 this time. Tucked on site. Bomb has to be retrieved.
He's actually playing this really well. Knows that the one-way smoke's down, so can lock QB in. Soul Flight, okay. I was going to say Juan Flatro could have caught him off, but no. Deals with the low HP of QB. Next task is to pick up the bomb, all whilst escaping these different positions. Has to consider the flank. That's got to be in the corner of his mind, but Skrunk's coming in from Donut, and he's not ready for it. 9 rounds is what Sangal achieved. Will it be enough? Will BNE flip the script? We'll find out in just a couple of minutes.
And welcome back. We're ready for the last half of, well, at least the last half if
Maybe.
we stay in regulation. It has been overtime in both games so far, so I wouldn't doubt that we end up there, given how close it has been between these two teams. But Sangal, they have the 3-round advantage going into the T side. We'll see if they can continue here on the attack.
Powerful setup in towards B. GXX takes first contact. There's 4 players here for BNE. Sangal taking their time. They don't want to overstep. It's been a pretty back and forth in terms of the pistol department here in the series so far. But as they reroute in towards A, this can be quite powerful because at the moment, Synopsy's the only player here.
About to get information, Rigon's flashed on through and hasn't spotted anything, so they can start to rotate players over, but the hit is coming through from Sangal. Synopsy a lot on his shoulders, spots out one, falls back towards Temple, and even gets a kill on the fadeaway, spots Fuzi with the bomb, so he wants to stand and try and fight, deny that bomb crossing. GXX is the one to do it. Big kills coming through, Synopsy swinging out for more. Corey gets one back in response, make it 2, and Scrunk, well, he's all alone. Rickon almost finishes him off, now looking to do the job. Scrunk, nothing in his health pool. 2 players pinstering him in, and he just can't find a way out. Nowhere is safe. Fletcher eventually drops him.
Yeah, pretty crazy stuff coming in. Really nice from BNE. What I like is that whilst all the contact is taking shape towards CT, the swings coming in from Scenery, trying to find the kills through Temple. Just keeping Sangal at bay, buying more time for the rotates to come over. Nice little information play as well with that flash, just to make sure they know that Sangal definitely aren't hiding in these corners, waiting for an overstep. It's now just armed with Glocks. Sangal, it feels a bit tricky to hit double digits on this round.
Yeah, I mean, we did see a Glock round get a little out of hand earlier, got a little bit hairy. There's a bit of spice in the mix. But I agree. It's unlikely to be happening this round. There's patience. Waiting for push, waiting for utility to be used. A rare moment of respite in this series, which has been going at 100 miles an hour pretty much the entirety of it. Snopsy, well, he doesn't want to wait. He's moved up into a more active position where he can start to take these fights as they come on through. Gets a very long-range, misleading dink to his face. Now Scenario can start to clean up with the SMG. A couple of nice kills go his way. It should be a cleanup. Indeed it is.
Yeah, simple stuff. Gets Bad News Eagles over the line. Sangal can now reinvest. Fuzi, not enough finances for the AWP. So 5 AKs and an instant middle smoke. For Sangal, the real T side begins now.
GXX getting up close with that MP9. Not going to spot anybody yet. Corey is here, and look at this aggression towards A. It's just a fast hit. All the smoke's coming through. Rigon, oh, he tries to deploy one of his own to get tricky with it, but Soulfly punishes him. Corey gets GXX as well. Kiwi just about plants the bomb. Now in a 3v5. Bad News Eagles have to make a decision. Do they want to give this a look in?
They might do, because... Well, I was going to say, Synopsis didn't have a gun, but he's picked up the M4 now. Spamming away. Scenario upgrades as well. This should definitely be a save, but Soulfly looking to prevent it. Scenario is considering, and low HP completely capitalized upon. Sangal, it's just route 1. Straight out the gate. They know they want to hit A. They do it with pace. They completely blindside Bad News Eagles because their intention was to take mid.
That's a great play. Very fast A hit as soon as the guns come out. You kind of expect a bit of a slower default when the T side first gets their rifles out and they're feeling like they need to, you know, sort of get a feel for how the defense is playing, sort of poke and prod with the rifles, knowing they've got a slightly better job. Now, okay, Brandon, I'm seeing something. You seeing it?
I'm seeing it.
That's not a misspy, my friend.
That one isn't.
That is intent. all over it. P90 from Flatcher.
It's on B as well.
Ah, but they're not going to B. They're going to A. All right, we'll see what he does. So I'm keeping an eye at P90 Cam. He's in towards Cave, in fact. Rigon, though, he's the one that has to stand up tall first, and Soulfly removes him, pushing on through. Donut, it has taken over. Now, once again, they've found this path through. Flatcho, with that P90, is in towards Donut.
Well, yeah. Again, I can't see him doing much. I mean, he can go full balls to the wall, run through the smoke, but the rest of his teammates are just being annihilated. In fact, it's going to be all up to him in a minute because Synopsy's fallen.
Can't believe
Let's get one.
We're about to see a 1v4 P... Oh, okay.
No, we're not.
You can dream.
You can.
He gets a downgrade to the M4A4. And hold on to that. Pass it over to a teammate so he can drop himself another P90. But yeah, it's another great round from Sangal, right? Just this haste in towards A, and it's catching them off guard every single time.
I wonder if they do it again. I wonder if the call is, let's just keep doing it until it doesn't work.
They did that on B, right? On Mirage. They
Yeah.
they just kept doing it because it was working. So I wouldn't be surprised.
I would actually really like to see that.
Well, ask, and you may receive. You won't receive. Don't ask. That's
Not to be
true.
confused with Donut.
Yeah. The hero M4s, that's all we've got here, with a couple of pistols around. So Flatcho, it's really on him and Synopsy this round.
Oh, hello. Cheeky boost, that's the bomb. Nice little find. Resetting over towards A. Oh, and Scenari's found Fuzi. This is getting a little bit complicated now for Sangal.
Yeah, uncomfortable as well. Look at this push
push.
through. Oh my lord. Rigon and Synopsy are going to be in the back lines. A is completely open, but it's such a peculiar gap to have found. Sangal is still tucked in towards Jaguar and Lane. Ubi is going to find out Rigon, but they might not be suspecting another player here. Not quite able to adjust. A dink comes through, but it's not a kill. Synopsy can just run on away. Meanwhile, the rest of the Bad News Eagles have not budged a muscle. Good Molotov from Corey. That's actually going to force Flatcho out. Doesn't matter too much. They are going to find the one gap, which is in towards Donut now. Synopsy is still here. If they can clear him and take him down before he does any damage, well, that's not going to happen. He does the damage. Oh, make it two. It's Synopsy. What a round.
Incredible stuff from BNE. What I really like there is that they've got innovation and then they're just going to be proactive off the back of it. You've got the instant boost coming in towards Donut, finds the kill in the opening, and then Synopsy resets with his teammate in towards A main, gets all of the information, and just completely win a round back. Very deserving of it as well. Now the battle for mid will well and truly commence. Synopsy just in the smoke. Kyubi headbutts a HE, just flying over him. Synopsy this entire time hasn't moved at all.
Use the gap to his advantage and gets the kill, even getting away with his life. Kyubi removed by GXX. So 2 kills go the way of Bad News Eagles. Nothing that Fuzi and Soulfly can do in response, but there it is. Flatcho pops on up, gives Soulfly an opening he wasn't even looking for. He's walking on over. Rigon is just below him over that edge. It's being covered. Synopsy has the line. So Rigon, he is safe and sound.
Unless he does that. Gives information to Sangal, but now Scenari's going to swing as well. GXX rotated into so many players. And now for Sangal, they've got to battle their way through. beaten and bruised already is Soulfly, and he's holding this angle for Regon. Suddenly, it's a 2 versus 2, but the HP, it's so low, and Saneri completely obliterates them.
Another one of these situations where one of these teams is almost able to crawl it back from what feels like an unwinnable situation. But they were just too low, as you mentioned. Saneri standing strong, getting 2. If he'd gone down at the end there's maybe an opportunity for the 1v1 to pay out for Sangal, but nevertheless, Bad News Eagles get up to 10, double digits now. Just one round separating them, and, well, Sangal, they don't really have much here. So Bad News Eagles will be in a good position to even things up. In fact, Sangal are going to force into it. That's pretty bold, because you might be conceding 2 rounds off the back of it.
It's a bit brave. I've seen partial investments work out normally in favor of BNE. GXX just says no, fully blind. Look at the positions again. One flat throw, GXX, an absolute anchor on these bomb sites, weighing down Sangal, and it's just enough. There's nothing Scrunk can do.
Getting hounded as well by Synopsy. Just trying to catch him off. Being thorough, there's no way. The nade over the top. Dunks him on down. No chance for Scrunk. Blown out of the water. Fish. 11-11 now. Bad News Eagles tie things up. A great hold on B side. Also really good flashes from Sangal as well. Like the utility was great. They were fully blinded every time Bad News Eagles tried to peek on in, but Sangal just couldn't find any of the kills.
What's more impressive is the fact that Regon, who was standing out, especially on Inferno, looked consistent on Mirage, a little bit of a rougher showing here on Ancient, but nevertheless, everyone from BNE is performing despite of that. Tied up scoreline, so much control being taken over, and Juan Flatro will always be up for the fight. There is Regon chiming in with 1, and suddenly it's a 3 versus 5 deficit for this T side.
Yeah, when you mentioned Regon got 1, I just realized he's having a very quiet game here at the moment. But it hasn't felt like it just because of how Bad News Eagles plays. You don't really notice any of the individuals falling behind. You do. We'll see. Nice to see, my friend. I like the attempt at darting around the Eagle, trying to do damage, but that is it. And Bad News Eagles wrest back control, taking the lead. That was after having only 6 rounds at the half.
All right. Fuzi AWP. A little bit of a change up for Sangal. Finally, they can afford it. He can now take control, start to dictate which way and how he wants to fight some of these engagements. Could just be another one of these A plays. Sangal posturing towards it. A lot of players grouping outside of A main. Regon, it's his responsibility to lock them all in, and he's pushing the issue. He's going to catch off Kyubi. Fuzi misses the shot, and that allows him a route to escape.
Yeah, gets away. The smoke dropping at his feet as he manages to depart. And meanwhile, Bad News Eagles taking control over towards B lane. Soulfly walks on through and is immediately removed. GXX here with the AWP misses an opportunity, has to fall back. They don't capitalize on it, he just repositions. Scrunk looking on over. A boost might come through here. A good nade though. And look at GXX, he just pushed on through. Ooh, misses the flick, goes for it, doesn't connect. Second opportunity. And they're just doing damage at the moment, even sticking out with the USP, but it's Regon that gets the kill. Make it a triple, in fact, in the round.
Really nice work again from BNE, and that's all on Regon. The fact that he gets 1 kill and is able to escape and calls in the AWPer. The AWPer's just playing that to perfection. Really tight angle management. No opportunity for Fuzi on the receiving end to answer back with his. It's just a really well played round, all things considered. And again, you're limited options here for Sangal because they can't get these bomb plants. And they're put in this yo-yo state of 1 investment, 1 pistol round. And by the trend that that's going, BNE, they're going to be sitting comfortable here. They're within touching distance of closing out the series, progressing in ECL. And that means we'd have to say goodbye to Sangal.
Yeah, Sangal survived the test of heat, and while they avoided relegation at the very least, Sangal, upon elimination here, or either team, whichever team is eliminated, will still remain in for season 44. They lose that opportunity to fight for the spot at EPL Conference. Winner will go on to fight Movistar. Another tough opponent. No easy fights here. At least a relatively easy round for Bad News Eagles, because as mentioned, just these pistols.
Deep nade as well. Look at Juan Flatro. So what, 15 seconds? He's already down B. So, okay, boys, I've got all this control. Synopsy. Now dropping grenades. And okay, on the spam, just completely gets rid of Kyubi. But that's going to be the accelerator. Sangal, they're going to try and push the issue. Flashbang through, but no, instead, they reset mid.
Yeah, Fizzy can get himself an AK here. He's the one without the armor, though. Not quite that useful. Oh, a nice shot from Corey. Gives him something, but look at the rotations. In fact, look at the rotations, because not quite committing yet. The split up this defense. 2v3, certainly doable. All comes down to if they can catch a timing and find another kill. A pathway onto a bomb site.
And by just pumping the brakes, that puts doubt into Synopsy's mind. So he's just going to sit middle, because then he's a quick rotate for either player on the bomb sites. Corey looking to reset. Needs to reconvene with Fuzi up towards the shelf position. 30 seconds left. B. That's going to be the final destination. And in fact, there's no utility. Over on that side of the map, Scenario, it's just his M4.
The spread from Bad News Eagles is going to work out for Sangal, though. And in fact, Synopsy starts to reinforce over towards A. Scenario, he's just jiggling different angles, and that's going to allow that bomb space to cross over. But he is able to get the kill. Brought down low. Corey gets the bomb planted. Now he's looking for this fight, but Scenario is just tucked on in. 1 versus 3 now. They have him locked in. Flames at his feet, and they swing out on wide. Synopsy takes him down, and Bad News Eagles get their 14th.
Yeah, really nice play, especially from Scenario, just tucking in the entire time after getting the first kill, halving that attack of Sangal. Playing patient. Something you don't often associate with Bad News Eagles at the best of times. But they are locking in these rounds. Regon's having a nice little resurgence as well, which is really contributing. Having a significant impact in the latter stages of this second half. But with the bomb comes new opportunities for Sangal, because now they've got full utility to work with alongside the AKs.
Look at that smoke from Synopsy. He wants to get up close and personal, use it to play around with. And in fact, he's going all the way up on towards ledge. This control being taken by Bad News Eagles time and time again. Sangal have no space to work with in mid or towards B every round. So no surprise to see them funnel towards A, and that's where Rigon has the second AWP.
They can peek this through. Synopsy's now clearing all of this out with Juan Flatro. So that's information, and look at the rotates immediately. Rigon to be tested. Another deep smoke. So Rigon knows that he can be exposed to Donut because there's going to be no one there. So this angle here on the left-hand side could be everything, but he gets flushed out of position.
They're forced out in the open, but he's still standing strong. Wants to try and take the fight, and he might even just walk back into that spot that just got mollied. He's wide out in the open at the moment, but it doesn't matter. Removes Fuzi, swings out for a second, but QB is holding for it. So at least goes 1-1. A smoke now over towards CT. That's going to block off GSX's vision. He starts to reposition, making his way to the side boxes. Meanwhile, Sangal taking space back towards mid. Synopsy up on high, gets one. The trades are immediate, but Soulfly finds a huge kill onto Flatro. And that is an opening over towards B.
Yeah, he was lurking there for such a long time. Juan Flatro was even holding the doorway, but it doesn't matter. Soulfly decapitates him. And now Sangal, they're going to run up. GXX, he's going to be smoked off. Can't see a thing. Might have to go for one of these timing shots. But no, that's no way. That bomb will be put down just about. Spam with the USP, not enough. But Saneri, he's here with the AK.
If they give this one a look in, they've got kits, no utility, but they have plenty of money, so why not make it an attempt? Kyubi, though, he's going to deny one of the players, meaning GXX now in a very difficult situation. Peering around with his AWP. If he finds a kill here, that'd be great, but Kyubi is not going to allow it. So picks up the AWP to take over to Fuzi, and Sangal get their 12th, denying Bad News Eagles map and series point.
A good round, all things considered, for Sangal, despite losing the opener. By them just playing so patient, allowing all this map control for BNE, they just wait for a single overstep. And Bad News Eagles, they happily oblige. Critical kill was that Soulfly one onto Juan Flatro. If that one doesn't come in on the extremity, it gets a little bit stressful with 35 seconds left.
Again, early presence towards A. Fuzi spots a jumping player in Rigon, but the smoke is going to deny vision for now. Rigon's been doing great now on this A site. Mentioned earlier he had a rough T side, but certainly doing everything he needs to as the anchor player on A. So much so that they feel confident leaving him alone so many of these rounds. This one, no exception.
This is completely new from Bad News Eagles, though. Double cave. Haven't seen this at all yet on this second half. Juan Flatro just can be baited into the position. They get smoked off. So now B is actually completely open. Not that Sangal know this, but they're going to line up the smokes. And that's going to force a decision out from Scenario and Juan Flatro. Are they going to push the issue over towards Shelf, or are they just going to reset? Looks to be the latter, as both of them come in. Juan Flatro fully blind, holds the spray, actually finds two, and that's inherently baited Scenario back in, who now stands to fight.
Big kill from Fuzi. GXX, he's sitting on the other side of this smoke. Look for a second like he wanted to push on through. Well, the rest of his team will. And Fuzi holding for it. It's a bait with the bomb. And they fall for it. Hook, line, and sinker. They lose the man advantage. And they concede that 13th round. A difficult loss to then have to deal with.
Are they going to play double up T side? Looks like it. Alright. Okay, this is spicy.
Okay.
But what a play. Under pressure environment. The stakes are so high, and you bait out every single player of BNE to run through the smoke on the audio cue. And then just the complete composure to land the spray as well. What a round from Fuzi.
This one a little bit more tempered. Sangal spread out across the map. A boost coming through for GXX.
Ooh.
Spotting in towards the doors. Scrunk jumps across. Definitely aware of it. I think I got spotted out in that first cross. And they know there's a minimum 2 players posted there, and you kind of assume someone has to be covering cave as well. So I'm going to go back towards A, where they found a lot of success earlier.
Yeah, Utility gives away the intent. Rigon just dropping in flashes, looking to get ahead of the Util. He's fully blind, and Kyubi completely blindsides him. Synopsy just tucked in this smoke, waiting for the fade. Soulfly's even holding 2. Bomb plant this time, it is a committal. Sangal, they will secure it. Juan Flatro, though, through the fire and the flames, doesn't find a thing.
Yeah, he wanted to fight that one, and it ends up being at his peril. GXX now has them tucked on in, but even a Molotov thrown towards him, there's just no way. Look at the money. They cannot go for this retake. With everything so close, they have to have the weapons to fight into the next round, which means, again, Brandon, we get evened up here, 14 apiece. Sangal finding just that little bit of extra in the engine to fight on through.
Full 30. At a minimum. Will we see overtime again? Or one of these two teams, are they going to pull it over the line? Do something different than what we've seen in the best of three so far? Do it in regulation. It's as close as it can be. Pause is being called left, right, and center. Tactical respites needed. Shake off the hands. Wipe the brows.
It seems fitting that we go the full 30 between these two teams, given what we've seen so far in this series. 2 OTs so far, and a good potential for a third on Ancient. These teams has to get 2 in a row. Sangal, they've done just that. Can they keep the streak alive?
There's not much money at all for BNE. So this round is incredibly critical that they win it. That's a deep smoke being lined up. Molotovs fly in. They want to take the fight straight to BNE, all the way over on B. Soulfly with this control out towards long. Synopsy gets caught off guard. There's one more player here. One Flatro in cave, but with this deep control of CT, Sangal, they're in touching distance of getting 15. They can taste it.
They've got it. GXX gonna hold the AWP. I mean, the money is not great. This is actually a really important round from the wing, given what they invested in GXX. If he goes down here, that would be a disaster. A great kill onto Corey, but look at these T's. They are hounding him. They do not want him to get away, but he's fighting his way through this tooth and nail. Just wants to stay alive, but there's still time for this hunt. Every direction they're coming from. He's so low. And they should be able to work out where he is, but maybe, just maybe, he might get away with it. They're going to swing it once, gets one more kill, but he goes down. No AWP into round 30.
That's huge. No rifles. And when I say rifles, I mean M4s can be purchased from Regon or Synopsy. Best he can achieve is a FAMAS. And what a play. The deep smoke lined up for Sangal. They take all of the control out towards long. It's a perfect play. It completely catches the CTs off guard. And now with the final round of play, it's all going to end with this A pop.
Looking for it. There's a player puts it up in Rigon with that MP9. They flash forward, but they actually aren't committing off it. They're waiting to see if Bad News Eagles respond anywhere. Scrunk holding for it. Fuzi waiting to see if a push comes through with that AWP. He's actually boosted up on over to get a bit of a better angle. GXX is holding the off angle, but he's peered on in on. Fuzi gets the kill. Now Rigon, he tries to activate, but QB gets the kill. Snobsy's picking up with the MP9, only good for one. That could have been it, but he doesn't have the gun to make it work. A HE over the top does a lot. 2 M4s, all keeping them in there. Flatro running on through, dig down, Scrunk finishes him off. And while Sangal, 30 rounds it took them on Ancient, it took them 2 OTs, but they take the series.
Yeah, what a performance from Sangal. It's just those quick plays on the bomb sites right at the end. When they slow down, allow Bad News Eagles the control, it is ultimately their downfall. But what resilience from Bad News Eagles over the entirety of that best of 3. Think of how far up they were originally. Sangal on Inferno closed out. Bad News Eagles again, it was